you know, you've got a chance to win them too, so why not? Help these guys spread their brand, hook it up on Twitter for them, and then you could be the lucky owner of, man, I really want this. I really want this. I would use this to bust on Dakota when he picks Ridley in Smash 4.
That'd be hype.
So, guys, we are kicking off Losers Finals in as long as it takes these guys to pick their characters on the stage for Game 1.
ESAM trying to digest the food he just gulped down.
Yes.
Get that energy flowing in his stomach.
We've got
this victory is coming from the belly.
We've got Play for Keeps, Empire Arcadia, Mew2King, and Free Agent Ally versus Free Agent ESAM and Clash Tournaments MVD. So, you know, any of you guys watching, I definitely just dropped some very powerful free agent names. You might want to pay attention to the probably blue snake and the red Pikachu.
Yeah, absolutely.
Just keep your eyes out.
Ally is definitely a player. Ally and ESAM are both players I've stood behind for a long time, and it'll be good to see where they take their game in Smash 4 because my eyes are straight to the top if I'm looking for them.
Absolutely, man. I've got the fire in my soul for Smash 4. I'm not stopping for anybody. I'm going to be taking everybody out. I'm going to be killing on the mic. I know you're going to be there too, right
Absolutely.
next to me, man. I'll see you in Grand Finals.
For sure.
as we self-commentate. That's how it's going to go. Or they'll just have to clone us, man. Have one of us in each role.
I do cast my own matches. Homage being played to QB, who is at the venue. And we are ready to go. Thumbs up from ESAM. All players pound fist. Of course, lots of respect going along to each other. As I've said, they've played before. And we do see the double snake versus with the Meta Knight Pikachu in there. Instantly, Mew2King's going to get pressure. And is that the stock?
Oh,
that is the stock.
My God. The forward air is so close to the boundary that even a super low knockback move like that was enough to KO him.
Mew2King was able to convert a stock off of a single spot dodge.
Sure. Oh, the tornado perfectly spaced. Ally forward tilting just whittles ESAM's shield down, forces him to get shield poked on. And Mew2King just playing very clean. He's definitely been putting in the work. He's been practicing. And Ally, this man is back for vengeance because he has been slipping. His hold on this game has been slowly falling out of his hands, but he's got something to prove today. This is one of the biggest Brawl majors before the release of Smash 4, and he definitely has to prove that, you know, he never left the throne. And with Mew2King on his team, that's the perfect opportunity to do so.
I mean, Mew2King and Ally are legendary as double partners, but right there, Ally making a very critical mistake, dropping his stock there. Of course, blue team still way in the lead from the early pressure that Mew2King provided. Now ESAM drops his first stock. Mew2King conventionally extremely healthy, despite the fact that everyone dropped his stock. He's still only at 84%. He simply does not take damage. He figures out how to put the pressure in there, but he won't do it if it's a compromise to his own health. He values that above all.
Now MVD, the red player 1 snake, suffocating out here, cannot get a moment alone. Always having either Meta Knight or Snake or stray projectiles from his own teammate just in his face, or even his own projectiles, basically locking off his own movement options. It's chaotic to be Snake in this matchup, but of course that affects Ally as well.
Very questionable DI there from Mew2King. Gets hit by a neutral air, and then Ally once again dies off the top.
101% though. That Thunder, it's so useful for the snipes. You know Snake likes to recover high a lot, and if he does so, Pikachu can just wait on the ground, patiently snipe him out with no penalties whatsoever.
Alright, so now blue team still retains the full one-stock lead. But if not for that gift by Mew2King, this game would be dead even.
They also have the opportunity to go for the Omni strategy, which is a sticky Meta Knight with a C4, and use up throw on a player who has a lower player board than him, closer to 1 that is, and it could be a KO at 0% from the top of the screen with the C4 detonation. Mew2King and Ally are notorious for using this strategy, and at low percents, Snake only at 24, Pikachu in the low 20s himself, it would be optimal to go for that now.
Of course, we're looking at Mew2King look to find a way to give MVD. He really just likes to dismantle Snake stock. One of his favorite pastimes and exercises. See how fast he can dismantle a bunch of Snake stocks without taking any damage.
Now Mew2King has a really sick technique in the Snake matchup. He will just always be below Snake. He will fall until the very end. He will not use his jumps unnecessarily because overcommitting with that jump is what's going to get you blown up. Speaking of blown up, Ally going off the top, and now this game pretty close to even. This turnaround, oh no!
My God.
So clutch by Mew2King though.
So greedy by ESAM to even be there. He had no business whatsoever being near Mew2King by the edge.
Ally with that beautiful low to the ground, up air, doesn't take out MVD. Very impressive DI. They call it the MVDI. And he recovers Air dodges off. All he had to do was hit down to drop off the Cypher. He would have been able to grab the ledge there.
Yeah.
Unfortunate stuff. They almost made the turnaround. Let's see what their adaptations tell them. Let's see how they develop into the next game. Let's see if the counter pick is going to.
Now you can't forget the set just before this had Vex and Zero, and of course Zero was an extremely dominant Meta Knight in that game, and they were able to make the 2-0 comeback after a little bit of adaptation. So we'll see if they're able to adapt to the way Mew2King is playing and then somehow conquer his strategy. I think their keys to winning this match are to find situations where they can isolate Ally off the stage and capitalize on Snake's long recovery to put down a lot of damage on the lightweight Mew2King, because he's extremely tanky and Mew2King is almost always the healthiest character in the game he's playing. So if they're able to capitalize on that, remove that advantage from him, and stack up a lot of team combo damage and get some early KOs on him, then they'll be able to possibly close out the match. They were able to secure a lot of early kills on Ally, which is what kept them in that game, but I think taking out Mew2King, the more influential player on the match, is going to probably secure them a victory more likely.
And now I'm sure Mew2King watched Ally get sniped from the top of the screen like that, and now he's going to work that into his own repertoire. He's not going to be recovering high, not going to be overusing his jumps or trying to chill near the top of the screen. And ESAM and MVD, their backs are to the wall now. They're down 1-0. Let's see, are they going to push forward or are they going to get pinned?
Now, one thing that I noticed MVD is doing, or is not doing rather, is crouching. When you're fighting Meta Knight and he's airborne as Snake, you probably want to often be crouching. One of the reasons for this is because it makes it a lot harder to hit a down air onto Snake. Snake is a very tall character, but he's also a very thin character, and if he's crouching, Meta Knight often has to commit to down airing into the ground to hit him, and down air does have lag. So if you block it, you'll not only produce a power shield, but it's a lot harder to space the down air to hit you without getting lag onto the ground. The second reason you want to crouch when Snake is above you, when Meta Knight is above you as Snake, is because then if you're forced to block due to the Meta Knight casting Mach Tornado, it will instantly produce a power shield, meaning that you'll evade the first few frames of it, and then power shield the next few, meaning you will not be very likely to get shield snapped, and Snake can punish Mach Tornado extremely hard if he's able to get a power shield onto it like that. So you want to constantly be crouching if the Meta Knight is above you in the air.
Right. You suffer no shield damage or block stun if he is whipping moves on top of you. You know, it heavily reduces Snake's hurt box. But for the reasons you just described, absolutely, against Mach Tornado and down air, it is extremely effective, and we see Mach Tornado probably the best tech chase in the entire game.
Exactly.
So many active frames, allows him to move wherever, whenever.
In that situation right there, had MVD just preemptively crouched when he got his shield, it would have been produced as a power shield, and he would have also been able to crawl slightly to adjust his spacing, putting a lot of pressure on Mew2King, and he almost definitely would have landed the F-tilt when he had failed instead to get even a jab.
And we just saw some phenomenal DI from Ally. He survived a Thunder at the top of the screen from 169%, but he goes out 40% later in the 200 Club, frequent member. He's got his card.
MVD and ESAM are not able to convert this team pressure onto Mew2King. MVD is very, very close to dead. ESAM does not have a stock to give him, really.
Is he going to recover? No, doesn't even try to detonate. Just takes the stock.
He has no choice but to take the stock, but now ESAM extremely close to dead.
This is definitely going to heavily influence the way ESAM plays the rest of this game, or not at all. Going for that opportunistic up smash, but unfortunately Ally able to act just in time. Power shields, punishes with an up tilt. And here we have quite the grim situation from MVD.
That's it.
Oh, the Barbarian slice. And,
Ally misses his sweet spot, but it doesn't even matter.
MVD saying, that's my move, son, back off.
Just too many.
MVD
sets it up for the back.
Oh my god, that was too funny. The assist, the layup, yo. He just passed it to him. Easy basket.
Teach him some hops.
And of course, this is a best of five set.
Okay.
We definitely were not thinking of that after watching two best of threes right in a row. But here we are, game 3. First to 3 wins this set, and it's 2-0 for M2K and Ally.
MVD getting a very interesting F smash onto Ally. I think perhaps accidental. I think he wanted to F tilt, and it just so happened that Ally whipped the move.
We've seen MVD going for a lot of the stand on the platform, charge up forward smash, hoping that Pikachu is able to throw him into it. We haven't seen it connect yet, but that could be a huge game changer.
And I think it would be a game changer if they stopped going for an unsuccessful tactic. We've seen it work in other games, but one thing I always like to say is, hey, look, if something's not working, you have to mix it up. Keeping an open library and remembering all your options, especially when you do in fact have many, is very important to securing a victory, especially securing a comeback.
Very true, and even if it is just execution errors, keeping them from, perfectly employing these tactics, if your execution's not on point, you gotta adapt to that too. You gotta change your strategy based on, you know, sometimes even day to day, you've got to change it because sometimes some stuff doesn't work.
You got a close game here. We did see ESAM and Ally win this game previously. Ally does have the sticky on him, but he air dodges out. Not gonna fall for such faulty tactics. Showing that Ally is indeed a notch above the rest of his competition when it comes to dealing with Snake's traps.
Wow, we just saw ESAM stuck in between Mew2King and Ally. MVD, instead of rushing to his aid and putting himself in danger, just sticking to that solid strategy of throwing grenades from across the screen, and it ended up with ESAM able to take a stock from Ally. So, you know, they've got 5 stocks to 4. Now, of course, as I say that, commentators curse to the maximum. And oh, that string from Mew2King, but brilliant smash the eye from MVD to escape.
I really like the presence of mind that MVD had to realize, okay, the only way you can follow up here is with a special move, so up tilt will, of course, beat that. Does stop the string from Mew2King with an up tilt, but still struggling to retain the stage control. Pikachu just doesn't have the impact that we're looking for that ESAM has had in the other games. MVD is trying to bring back together some form of stage control on his own, but he's too busy getting juggled by Tornado. He's not pulling out the grenades here. I mean, he's getting 2v1 juggled and not pulling out a grenade. His mind is clearly not in the game where it needs to be. Doesn't get the cross-up jab. He does get some slow pressure here.
ESAM, man, this guy's play is like 20xx Brawl. He will go for some next level reads, and like, when you see him starting it up, it's like, oh, there's no way that's going to work. And then it works. This dude,
yeah.
He has future sight, man. It's looking like a psychic type Pokemon out here.
Lots of accidental, you know, team attacks coming out here. Red team is starting to get very sloppy. Their hopes are looking very glum for winning this game. Of course, Ally is still at 1 stock, and Mew2King is high health, so it's not impossible. But Pikachu would have had to live there, and now this game is looking relatively impossible.
Yeah, if Ally takes that stock especially, I would fear for MVD, but it looks like Mew2King is just going to solo dolo it here, handling him himself. Now only a 57% lead. I definitely think the 2v1 was the move there. Send Snake in as her meat shield at low percent. Meanwhile, Meta Knight can just kind of camp it out, take some opportunistic follow-ups, but now he's going to actually have to play this one out. It's going to be an honest game here, 1v1.
Well, the thing about Snake is Snake can get gimped, all right? Mew2King, very unlikely to do something that will cost him an entire stock. He has been known to maybe get hit by an explosive he wasn't meant to or something, but Mew2King at 2 stocks, or in this case now that he's dropped 1 stock at 0, I doubt that MVD will be able to land a string of kills on this player. I think Mew2King would sooner take him to time.
I think that's definitely an option in the back of Mew2King's head right now, being that he is currently at maybe like 3 ledge grabs. Oh, but this is the start of something big for MVD. Does not blow up the C4. I feel like a lot of players will just counterintuitively roll into it to psych out the Snake player. Like, oh, there's no way he's going to roll into the C4.
Right.
So, which is, you know, quite obviously, it's a very meta kind of situation. You know, you have to know what your opponent's thinking, what they're thinking, you're thinking, and many, many levels deeper than that. Great super armor through with Snake's up B.
Actually, the armor isn't, well, yes, it was the armor, but the down air was too stale to break the heavy armor,
right,
is what
exactly.
I was going to say.
It needs to be also the tip of down air. The center does not do 7.2%. It only does 7, so you can't knock him off with that even if it's fresh, I believe.
MVD off the stage. He does have some time to get back to center. He's going to try his sliding dash attack. He does get back to the center despite getting hit, but then he gets grabbed. A grab release here will put him in a very precarious situation.
Oh,
goes for the forward air.
Definitely known for doing that. Yes, brilliant.
Very
Catches
smart.
the grenade rather than detonating C4, which would have killed him off the top.
Exactly.
All right.
Trying to find his way onto the ground. Mew2King follows him up. A 3-0 by Mew2King and Ally.
Great showing by the blue team and the red as well.
Yes.
Taking 3rd place, well within the money. Good stuff from Florida.
All right, coming up on Grand Finals in just a second. Brawl doubles at SKTAR 3. It'll be ADHD and Nairo versus Mew2King and Ally.